It Came from Outer Space is a 1953 science fiction film that tells the story of an alien spaceship crashing in the Arizona desert. The local townspeople are skeptical when a local amateur astronomer claims to have seen the crash, but they soon realize something out of this world has indeed landed. This movie was one of the first to use 3D effects and showed aliens not as invaders, but as beings needing help, which was a fresh take for its time. One fascinating fact about this movie is that it was based on a story by Ray Bradbury, a famous writer known for his imaginative science fiction. Another interesting point is that the film used actual desert locations to create an authentic feel, which was not common at the time. Do you have any personal experiences or memories related to It Came from Outer Space? Maybe you watched it with a friend or it sparked your interest in astronomy. We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Stay tuned for more funny, shocking, and touching facts about this classic film. Keep watching. It Came from Outer Space offers a compelling narrative set in a small town where the sudden crash of a meteor sparks a series of peculiar events. The film, directed by Jack Arnold and scripted by Ray Bradbury, delves into the theme of not judging by appearances, posing questions about the nature of the unknown and fear of the other. The protagonist, John Putnam, portrayed by Richard Carlson, is a scientist who witnesses the meteor fall and faces skepticism as he tries to uncover the truth. The movie cleverly uses the perspective of the aliens to challenge preconceptions, and the desert setting enhances the atmosphere of isolation and suspense. This science fiction classic from the 1950s explores the paranoia of the time, suggesting that when infiltration is seamless, trust becomes a luxury. The alien beings, with their distinct motives, add to the film's intrigue, making it a standout piece in the genre and a thought-provoking watch. In the landscape of science fiction, the idea of beings from other planets visiting Earth has been a recurring theme. Barbara Rush stands out in this genre, having the unique distinction of appearing in both the original and the reboot of the Outer Limits series. Her roles span decades, first as Leonora Edmond and later as Barbara Matheson. The creative process behind such stories often involves intricate design choices, exemplified by the Universal International Makeup Department's alien concepts. One rejected design for the film found new life as the mutant in the later movie This Island Earth. The notion of extraterrestrial visitors, initially accidental tourists, has since become a staple in science fiction narratives, influencing countless works including the Star Trek series and the New Outer Limits. These elements collectively contribute to the rich tapestry of the genre, demonstrating its ability to evolve and resonate over time. During a challenging scene for Universal Pictures, actor Kent Taylor, portraying Owen Merrill, suffered a real-life injury, breaking 2 ribs, courtesy of his co-star Joe Sawyer, who was playing Swede Jansenator. This incident occurred on July 17, 1937, while filming The Lady Fights Back. Joe Sawyer, known for his hefty build, was more commonly recognized for his comedic talent, especially during his Broadway days in the early 1930s. Despite his initial surprise at being cast in gangster roles by Hollywood, Sawyer found a glimmer of hope when he landed the role of Father Reed in The Accusing Finger. However, it wasn't until his portrayal of Sergeant Biff O'Hara in the Rin Tin Tin television series that he returned to his comedic roots. Additionally, the setting of Sandrock, Arizona is not a real location, but a fictional one created for storytelling purposes. In the mid-1950s, Joe Sawyer took on the role of Sergeant Biff O'Hara in the television series Rin Tin Tin, contributing to 96 episodes over 5 years. His work was primarily based at the Corriganville Movie Ranch. Off the set, he was busy overseeing the construction of homes in Los Angeles. The concept of singing desert sands later inspired a Stephen King story. Additionally, a piece of music from the film gained fame as the theme for a New York TV show's Creature Features segment, setting the tone for a lineup of classic and contemporary horror films. This score became a signature tune for the show, which featured a diverse selection of movies, contrasting with its contemporary rival program. In the year following the release of a notable science fiction film, ABC launched the television series Rin Tin Tin, which quickly rose to become the network's second most popular show, capturing 30% of the market. This series outperformed CBS's Lassie in viewership, drawing the attention of 9 million households. The director responsible for this film went on to work with actor Russell Johnson in the 1964 television series Gilligan's Island. Additionally, a helicopter featured in the film was later exported to New Zealand in 1959 and its original registration number was reassigned in 2010 to a different aircraft. In the early 1950s, Richard Carlson became a familiar face in science fiction and horror films. His work during this era was concentrated within a short span, from 1951 to 1954, where he starred in 6 notable films. Despite the genre's tendency for low-budget productions, the filmmakers behind one of these films showed attention to detail by using Arizona license plates for authenticity, as the story was set in this state. This was a departure from the common practice of retaining California plates, regardless of the narrative's location. Barbara Rush, another actor in the film, had completed her education at the University of California, Santa Barbara, 4 years prior to her appearance in this classic. Her performance, along with Carlson's, contributed to the film's lasting appeal. In the landscape of early science fiction cinema, Russell Johnson, known for his later television roles, had already made a mark with his appearances in films exploring significant historical figures and events. His portrayal of characters and narratives about Harry Truman and Douglas MacArthur showcased his ability to embody real-life personalities. The innovative techniques used in filmmaking at the time, such as the bubble effect to simulate an alien's point of view, were a testament to the creativity and resourcefulness of the era's filmmakers. These effects, though short-lived on screen, added a unique visual element to the storytelling. Johnson's collaboration with Kathleen Hughes, despite not sharing screen space in this particular film, highlighted the interconnectedness of actors within the industry, having previously worked together and continuing to do so in subsequent projects. Their joint efforts contributed to the rich tapestry of cinema during that period. In the world of classic science fiction, the personal interests and identities of actors often blend with their on-screen personas. Joe Sawyer, known for his love of literature, was remembered by booksellers like Pickwick Books in New York, who sent sympathy notes to his family upon his passing. In a blend of reality and fiction, a historical event was repurposed for cinematic effect. The destruction of a spaceship was depicted using actual footage of the HMS Barham's explosion from 1941. Adding to the layers of storytelling, Richard Carlson's performances were so convincing that audiences would sometimes mistake him for his contemporary Hugh Marlowe, highlighting the immersive nature of their craft. These elements together underscore the era's innovative approach to storytelling, where real-world events and personal attributes of actors enrich the narrative tapestry of the film. In the early 80s, a Greek pop duo found inspiration for their name from a line in this classic film, choosing to call themselves Fantastic Something. Their music captured the attention of the UK audience with a hit single. Meanwhile, Kathleen Hughes, despite her brief appearance, was prominently featured at the film's conclusion, hinting at the studio's plans for her career. Russell Johnson, known for his acting, had a distinguished military background, serving as a World War II bombardier and later in the Air Force Reserve, before finally being discharged in the late 50s.